Good morning. 8.2 day one starts with a little bit of review from yesterday. So what I want you to do is put me on pause, see if you can get these simplified and named, and then push play. So here is what you should have for them. Cubic trinomial for the first one. The second one, we can combine those like terms, so it's just 9x squared, and it's a quadratic monomial because it's down to one term. And the third one, we had to do some subtraction, so I hope you remember that's the same as adding the opposite. And you should have gotten a quadratic trinomial. So today we're going to talk about multiplying a monomial by a polynomial. This is the first day of it. What's the simpler form of this? So we can just think of this as distribution. So we're going to take 5n times 3n squared. So 5n, so 5 times 3, the number times the number, which would be 15. And n times n to the third. Remember, that's n to the first. So when we're multiplying n to the first times n to the third, remember that would be n times n times n times n. I hope these rules are still fresh in your mind. So that would be n to the fourth. So 15n to the fourth, distribute it to this one, and this would be a negative 1 times 5, so minus 5. N times n to the second would be n to the third. And distribute it all the way to the end, and you get number times number, so 8 times 5 is 40, and we just have our n. Here's a different way of doing it. It's up to you whether this one works better for you, if you like it better or not. But I just draw a box. We had 3 terms here that we are distributing to, and our outside monomial, the 5n, is still on the other side of the box. So here we're going to take this times this and put it here. So that would be 15n to the fourth. And then the 5n times the negative n squared, which would be negative 5n to the third. And the 5n times the 8, which is a 40n. And then and it's a positive 40n. So that you would just write that out of the box then, which is the same as up above. So box again makes it stay nice and neat if you like that better. Let's go on to the next one. Let's just try the box this time. I'm going to put negative x to the third on the outside. Let's see. So we have 9x to the fourth here, negative 2x to the third, and positive 7. So negative 1x to the third times 9, so negative 1 times 9, which is negative 9, x to the third times x to the fourth, x to the seventh. Moving on to the next one, a negative 1 times a negative 2 is a positive 2. X to the third times x to the third, x to the sixth. And then negative 1 times 7, which would be 7. I don't have anything to multiply the x to the third by, so it'd just be 7x to the third. So again, our answer is just going to be negative 9x to the seventh plus 2x to the sixth plus 7x to the third. Let's try it this way, just using distribution. First, though, I think I can combine some like terms in my parentheses. I'm just going to rewrite it in standard form, first of all. So let's see, first we have this negative 4x to the third and a negative 5x to the third. So negative 9, whoops, that doesn't even come first though. I see there's x to the fourth there. So let's see. Inside the parentheses, we have negative 7x to the fourth. Then we're going to combine our x to the thirds. Negative 4 plus another negative 5 is negative 9. X to the third plus 9x, and then plus 2. And now we can distribute this. I suppose it will all come down. I'm going to just move it down a little bit so we can have room to show my arrows. This times this, negative 1 times negative 7 is 7. X to the fourth is x to the eighth. Negative 1 times negative 9 is positive 9. X to the third times x to the fourth is x to the seventh. Negative 1 times 9, negative 9, x to the 4th times x, x to the 5th. And negative 1 times positive 2, which is negative 2, x to the 4th. And since we already put it in standard form and we already combined our like terms, we are done with that. This one, you can just, I think it's easier if we just move this here. Multiplication can be done in any order. So I just like to distribute when it's on this side, so I moved it over. Again, we just distribute negative 4 times 5, 20, y to the 2nd, y to the 3rd, it's y to the 5th. 5 times 7 is positive 35. X squared times y squared is just x squared, y squared. I can't combine because the bases are different, so I don't need to add my exponents. They just say x squareds and y squareds, and usually in alphabetical order. And then 5y squared times 9y, 5 times 9 is 45. Y squared times y is y to the 3rd. This one, we have two different cases of distribution. We're going to distribute here, and then we have to distribute this negative p to those spots. So 2p times p is 2p squared. 2p times negative 4, negative 8p. Then negative p times p is negative p squared. And then negative p times 7 is negative 7p. See if we have any like terms to combine, which we do. There's 2p squared and negative p squared. So we have a p squared. And negative 8p, negative 7p, so minus 15p. So that is it for this section.